Oh yeah, just hold on a second. That's funny. Oh, and I gotta tweet that. And email that person. Does that bug you? Does that make you want to take my phone and just throw it? Or do you care? It was reported in the Daily Mail that the average person checks their phone 214 times a day. That's about once every 10 minutes. Jeff Dunn says that my age group has the fastest internet connection of any age group. An eMarketer researched and found that young adults spend up to 14 hours a day on a screen. That's crazy. Now, I love media. I love my smartphone, laptop, tablets, everything. I use my screens for personal work and school life, and they have almost become an extension of me, as Marshall McLuhan suggests. But I've been kind of wondering, how is this impacting my communication? How is this impacting our communication? And is there a good balance? Now, there are definitely positive impacts to start. We can know anything there is to know in a simple swipe, click, or touch. We are more informed, and this information gives us new topics for conversation. We also have instant communication. With a cell phone number, I can contact someone right now, and I can even see their face in action through things like Skype or FaceTime. Many of the meetings in the media field happen over Skype, especially if that person is on the other side of the world. It's exciting and fascinating how we are able to communicate with someone anytime, anywhere, in any place. And all of this kind of makes me wonder, are there any negative impacts? Are they all just positive? Now, when I first looked into it, I thought the negative impacts would be minimal or too extreme to really even be possible, like, you might not talk to anyone ever again, or you might need glasses in 20 years. Not really relevant, doesn't have much to do with communication, and something only my parents would worry about. And really, shouldn't we be more social because of these things? I have 300 friends on Facebook, 200 followers on Twitter, about 50 followers on Instagram, and combining all of that, about all of the other social networks, that's about 600 people that I could communicate with anytime, anywhere, in any place. But my professor Gerald Voorhees, who specializes in game culture and digital culture, says that we make weaker connections on the internet versus real life. And I thought about this, and it makes sense. For example, why do you follow a fan account on Twitter? Because you both like the same celebrity. Any other reasons? Probably not. Why do you go and talk to a friend at school? Because they're nice, they're funny, they go to the same school as you, they might be in the same course, they might like the same music as you, same movies, and you might need a homework assignment from them. That's about 7 or more potential connection points versus 1 on the internet. I'm thinking if we brought our internet relationships into real life, we would never have a consistent friend base. We would be jumping from friend to friend to friend because we only like all of the friends for one interest. We also would never get to know any of the friends because, again, we only like them for one interest. So, taking all of this in, do we need a balance? Or is this just a minor setback? Besides weaker connections, I also looked into control. Karen Schmidlin and Amy Morrison, 2 of my university professors, one of them specializes in user experience design, and the other one in English and digital lives, say that we have more control over communication when we use these devices. And yeah, this kind of makes sense. On Snapchat, I can be the funny, goofy person. On Facebook, I can be personable and family-oriented. And LinkedIn, I can be professional. I never have to show all of myself on any one social network. We can also review anything we're going to say before we say it. Nothing is spontaneous. Everything is pre-planned. I think we're abandoning face-to-face communication more and more because device communication is easier and safer. Face-to-face communication, I have to show all of myself, I can't hide behind anything, and if I mess up, I can't press the delete key and pretend it never happened. But if we're abandoning face-to-face communication, isn't that a scary thought? We lose the spontaneity and physical closeness that face-to-face communication provides. I think with services such as Skype and FaceTime, they're popular because we miss the spontaneous face-to-face communication. When we abandon face-to-face communication for device communication, we are trading the closeness of face-to-face communication for a virtual reality form of communication. Now, do we need a balance? Weighing the pros and cons, yes, we do need a balance. We can't use our screens 24/7 because we lose the spontaneity, physical closeness, and potential for deeper personal connections that face-to-face communication provides. But we also can't abandon screens because they're a part of our everyday lives. And they've given us so many benefits. The call is for balance. And I think as people in the media field, we need to consider the balance between our device communication and all other forms of communication. Again, the call is for balance. Will you take it? Or will you be stuck in text talk?